Hey everybody, and welcome back to My Wifestyle. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Today I actually have a new series that I want to launch here on my channel having to do with how I budget money, because my channel is called Haley's Wifestyle and I feel like that covers a lot of different aspects in my life. I started this channel because I wanted to be able to pick the camera up and just film randomly if I felt like doing so, if I do an organizational project, if I find an easy way to clean something, if I want to review a cleaning product or an organizational item, or how I budget, or baby items. You know, I just feel like being a wife encompasses so many different things. It's such a big job to be a wife, and then now I'm transitioning into a stay-at-home mom. You guys may or may not know, but I did have a DJ business that I ran, and I was just a very busy bee all the time. So this is a huge transition for me, and I figured, you know, I've really had to sharpen up my budgeting skills lately more than ever, and I just wanted to kind of start a series on that. So today I want to share my top 5 ways that I like to save money in my home. These are just quick, simple things that I do to kind of, you know, help my budget out, try to get a little bit of extra cash in my house. Also, I'm going to be covering different topics in detail later down the line. So if you guys have any requests for that, as far as, you know, how I save money doing certain things, or if you guys have a question about how I budget, feel free to ask me and I will try my best to answer it to the best of my ability and what I do. And I also want to put a disclaimer on this video. The way I budget may not be the way everybody else sees fit. So this is just what I do for me and my family, and I feel that it really works. And I do tend to get a lot of questions about how we budget our money, and you know, that's just what I feel like. What I do for my family is the right thing. So what you may do may be different, and that's the joy of these videos, is that we can all share different tips and tricks. And I'm also going to be doing this in collaboration with my friend Carol. She's also a stay-at-home mom as well. She's a good friend of mine. Her channel is Mommy Goodness, and I'm going to link that down below. She primarily does a lot of food videos and grocery hauls on a budget and things like that, and we decided it would be really fun to collaborate. If there's any other wife or mommy channels out there that would like to collaborate with Carol and I in a future video like this, feel free to let me know, because we'd love to include other people. I feel like just getting a fresh perspective from everybody is really great, and combining all those tips can help us all just, you know, be a little more successful. So I'm gonna jump into mine. One of my first money saving tips is pretty easy, and I feel like a lot of people skip this step when they're going to the grocery store, and that is making a grocery list. So I definitely tend to make a grocery list every time I go. I don't care if people think I'm a nerd. I've always been a list maker, and I love to check it off in the store. I feel accomplished, and I know that everything that's in my basket is stuff that I need. So the one thing that saves you money by having a list, and if you're just really diligent with it, is you won't be grabbing things that you don't need. So definitely stick to your list when you're at the store, because we can all be tempted by, you know, the little candies or things that are on sale, and like, oh my goodness, it's only $3. You know, those things add up, and before you know it, your basket is full of a bunch of 99-cent items, $2 items, a snack that you saw because you were hungry, and that can add up to an easy 10, 20, 30 bucks before you know it. So making a list helps you stick to what you're going to need for your meals or your necessities for your house, and that'll help you save money in the long run. So if you think of that like in a whole year of just having a list and sticking to it, you're definitely going to save a lot of money. My second tip is a pretty simple one, and I feel like we can all kind of slack on this, including myself, and I try really hard to stay organized on this, but paying your bills on time is a huge one. This may not seem like such a big deal, but in the long run, it will add up as well, because there's several late fees that you get on your bills. Like, I know with our phone company, if we forget to pay our bill and we get disconnected, that's a $20 fee to reconnect per line. There's always reconnection fees if you forget and it slips your mind, or if it's late, like I think they give you a grace period most of the time of like 3 to 5 days for some bills, and they can give you like a fee of like $7. That adds up over time, like with your water, with your lights, you know, with your car insurance, with everything. So definitely what I do is I get a marker board that's just a big old calendar, and I have it in one of our closets that I made into an office, and I write all of our bills on there just for my husband and I to see, and I just check them off as the month goes by, and I make sure to check and see what's on there. Like I said, this isn't one of my like strongest points, and I'm trying to get better at that, but definitely when you do, and when I do, it's going to make a huge difference, because you're not going to have all those late fees, and that's going to add up in a lot of saved money at the end of the year. My third tip is probably my biggest tip, and that would be to coupon. So you guys know that this channel, I do a lot of coupon hauls, a lot of clearance finds, things of that nature. When I shop, I like to make a list, like I said, and if I have the time to coupon, I will. But I definitely recommend couponing, even if it's just a few things that you see in the paper that you use and you know you have to go out and get that week. I'm not talking about becoming like an extreme couponer or somebody that's out to get things for free, but the newspaper is basically handing you free money. Whether it's 75 cents to $1 off to $2 off, that's still $2 left in your pocket. So if you were to coupon just a few items a week that you use in your home, the toilet paper, cleaners, air fresheners, whatever it is that you use in your home, you're definitely going to save money over time. It's going to add up. So if you were to coupon and save like $10 a week, that's $120 for the whole year that you've saved just because you took a little bit of time to click coupons. So I definitely recommend it. I can't stress it enough. I really feel like, you know, when my husband and I got married, couponing is what really helped me get a lot of things in the house, things that were brand name or high end that I really like to use and I was used to using. And again, you don't have to coupon high end items. I know like Target has their Up and Up brand stuff on special quite a bit. They have their online coupons and their Cartwheel app discounts for those. So, you know, it was just really convenient for me to get all that stuff into the house, and I found that I wasn't overspending that way, and I was saving a lot of money. So I highly recommend couponing. I feel like it's just a way to get extra cash in your pocket and you're not spending it on toilet paper, which you're going to flush down the toilet anyways. Another tip for my household that we tend to use a lot is sharing a car. Now, I'm not saying you have to have one car for your entire house, because that, you know, it can become very tedious. My husband and I have had that issue before when we were first married, and I'll tell you, it was such a chore to share one vehicle. What I mean is, we have two vehicles, and we tend to use one together a lot. Like if we have errands to do during the day, we will make kind of a mental note of what we need to get done and we do it together. That way it's all done in one vehicle. We're just using gas in one car, and we use our more economical car for that as well. We're not just like all over the place in two different cars trying to run errands and wasting gas in two different vehicles and having to refill both of them, and you know, it just seems a lot easier. The only time we use two vehicles is when my husband goes to work and then I'm home, so that way I have a vehicle in case I need to do something. But other than that, we usually use one car, and that saves a lot of gas, a lot of money. I really feel like we put maybe like $20 of gas in there, I would say every week to 2 weeks, given we have moved into a very great location to where everything's close by, including my husband's work, grocery stores, everything that's really close by, so we really don't have to pay so much money in gas. So if that's something that could work for you and your family, I definitely recommend doing it. If you're working opposite hours, I can understand how that would be very hard to do, but it's just something that works for my family. We tend to just, like I said, make that mental list, get out, get our stuff done, and it's in one vehicle, and that's about it. And I pretty much don't even need to go anywhere the rest of the day because we're done. And that's it. My husband drives down to work in his car, and that's it. If I have extra errands to run, then I use my car, but it's definitely been a gas saver by doing that. Now, my fifth and final quick tip for saving money in your house would have to be eating in and meal planning. So this is also another weakness of mine because I love delicious food. I love to go out to eat, so does my husband. And you know, we've just been a family of two, just him and I, for so long. But now that we are expecting, we've really had to tweak our budget. And we've had to tweak our budget before to where we've had to eat in, and I highly recommend getting one of those food calendars that you can stick on the fridge. I had one a while back that was so helpful. It had a calendar for the month. At the bottom it had all the weekly meals that you could display to kind of showcase, and you don't need to go by the exact meal that you're planning. You can swap it out as long as you have your ingredients. This also helps you on your trips to the store as well, so that way you know what you need for the week, and then that's it, you've shopped. So eating in really does save a lot of money. I know, like, when we really are trying to save for something, like, we will eat in, even if it's just quick meals like a Voila, like frozen meal. And I know people that, you know, are totally into organic or are against all that stuff, are like, no, don't feed your family that. But you know, my husband and I, we used to work nights. Well, I did for 11 years. He still works nights, and so it's just something quick that we could toss up after work and just make, and it takes like 9 or 10 minutes, so, and it's cheap. So you know, but again, you can make like nice hearty healthy meals. You can go get all the produce, and I love to do that when I'm cooking homemade. I like to get lots of fresh things. So meal planning is definitely huge in my book. I feel like it saves tons of money. Again, eating in, you know, you don't have to tip. You can have your own drinks at your house, and everything's just tastes so much better. You know what's in your food, and again, it saves you so much money in the long run. So these were my 5 quick tips to save money in your household that I like to use. I'm definitely going to cover more budget-friendly ideas such as ways to save on your electricity bill, things like that. So again, if you have any suggestions, feel free to leave that down below. Also, don't forget to head over to Carol's channel and check out her video. And I will talk to you guys later. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye!